What's going on YouTube? Lopez back here with another video, and as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about why competitive Call of Duty is important to the success of Call of Duty as a whole. Now, a lot of YouTubers have made video about this recently. I know Nadeshot made a video about it, I know T Martin made a video about it, and Drifter, whose video I just recently watched, made a video about it. Basically, competitive Call of Duty is probably it's probably the fastest growing part of Call of Duty in general. I definitely think that the public matches, the public community in general is taking a slow fall because people are just not enjoying these games at all. I think Prop Hunt definitely brought a lot of people back, but since it was taken out of the game, not a lot of people are big into Modern Warfare Remastered anymore. I'm going to touch on something that Drifter just recently talked about in his video. He was talking about how a lot of people don't like playing against these competitive players, how they don't like going against sweaty tryhards in games. And really, the thing is, I feel like a lot of competitive players wouldn't be playing public matches if there was a very, very good ranked playlist. Like back in Black Ops 2, whenever a competitive player wasn't playing scrims or they weren't playing a match for the night, they would be going into league play and they would play there against other people that were sweaty tryhards that were trying their absolute hardest. So I definitely think that that is a really important thing. Now, I know a lot of people like Scump will go into like a team deathmatch or domination and try to pub stomp, but for the most part, it's going to be pretty tough to find one person among thousands of players that are online at a time. Not only that, a lot of the pro players that go into a public match, they normally go and play something like Hardpoint, Uplink, Capture the Flag, just anything competitive. They're not really going to get into the games like Team Deathmatch and Domination because it's just not really along the lines of what they need to practice. Now, one other thing Drifter said is that people wonder why they should have to be forced to play a ranked playlist. Now, I don't know exactly where he was going with that. I don't really know who says stuff like that. But you're never forced to play a ranked game. Ever. In any game. Any competitive game, you are never, ever forced to play a ranked game. Because ranked games can ruin the fun for people. Some people just want to go and have fun, so they go and play a public match. And that's why public matches and ranked matches are separate. Now, I really just don't understand where he was coming from with saying that people don't like to be forced to play ranked matches. Because if they force people to play ranked matches, I think the developers understand that that would be a very piss poor decision that would not do them any well. There would be zero upside to that decision. So people are never forced to play a ranked match. So if people don't like playing against people that are trying extremely hard, that are trying their best to win, they don't have to play a ranked match. They can just sit in a public match all night. Now, that's not saying you won't find a tryhard in a public match. But this kind of brings me back to another topic. What else are you supposed to do in a public match? Now, obviously, if there is a ranked match, like a ranked playlist, obviously at that point, if you're trying really hard in a public match, you're kind of a joke. You should just go play ranked matches. But I feel like we've gotten to this point where people get upset that people are trying to win a game in a public match. And I don't know when we got to that point. I don't understand why we got to that point. Because what else are you supposed to do? There's no ranked playlist in Infinite Warfare. There's nothing good about the one in Black Ops 3, and Advanced Warfare was kind of a joke too. So I don't understand what are you supposed to do if you can't go play a ranked game. Now you could say, oh, go play UMGs or MLG matches, and you could do that, but sometimes it's hard to find people that want to do that, and it's just not all that fun to go through all the trouble of doing that, and then the disputes and everything. And Drifter touched on that a lot more detailed in his video, and I understand that completely makes sense. But I feel like right now, since we don't have a ranked playlist, there's no reason for people not to try hard in public games. Now, something else that I need to touch on. People think that these changes just come about in games as a developer listening to the public, which I don't think is very true. Obviously, if they don't listen to the public about something overpowered, then they'll have an issue on their hands and they'll change it. But I definitely think a lot of these changes in games comes from competitive players finding something that's going on in the game. Competitive players are playing the game 24/7 from the day it comes out. As soon as it comes out, they're looking for whatever the most OP weapon is, most OP attachments, grenades, everything, perks. They're looking for it all. And once they find it, they'll tell developers about it if it's a problem. Even if it's a problem that most people don't notice in public matches, competitive players will notice it, and then they'll tell developers, and developers will usually change it. They'll find a way to kind of tone it down a little bit. And I definitely think that's a reason that competitive players and competitive Call of Duty has a place and needs to always be a thing, and definitely needs to be catered to a lot more. I know a lot of people, I mean, definitely Activision has gotten really money hungry with Call of Duty recently, and they've been pandering to the public matches people, and honestly, not even really the public matches people, because public matches remain empty. So it really is kind of tough to say that they shouldn't really kind of work towards competitive Call of Duty a lot more, because they help them find those issues. They help them find the OP guns that people are going to start complaining about eventually, and then they help them fix them. They help them figure out what needs to be fixed, what's broken. And I definitely think that's a reason that competitive Call of Duty has a big place. So thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. If you have anything else to add, or if you have a differing opinion than me, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section. Obviously, you don't need to go resort to name calling. We can have a discussion without getting pissed off at each other. So, like I said, thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.